What's up, guys? My name is Section from the Deviants, and today we're going to be reacting to My Hero Academia season. In the last episode, it was a great episode because we focused on the Todoroki family yet again, seeing how it was that Toya became Dabi. Now, just everything that happened to each individual was just so bad, and obviously Endeavor's the fault for all of it, and I can completely see why Natsuo is very, very hesitant on trying to forgive him. But in the end, they all decided to band together so that when the time comes, both Endeavor and Shoto are going to go and face off against Dabi. Now, while they're all talking about that, they all got interrupted by Best Jeanist and Hawks. And Endeavor basically said, hey, this thing called One for All, it has something to do with Deku. So Hawks is on his way with Best Jeanist to talk to Deku, even though he's in a coma. Once he finds out, he's going to talk to All Might. At least I'm guessing. But I don't know if we're going to be focusing on that conversation. I think we're going to be focusing on the conversation between Deku and the previous users. At least that's what All Might said at the very end of last episode. Maybe we'll get like both conversations, who knows. But anyways, without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make sure about the original content as always. Alright, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I can feel it. The vestige of me that lives within One for All. Inside you.
Please, let them be okay.
You're gonna get to see like all the powers you could have.
We need to have ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Who the
Fate
heck?
has brought us here.
Oh, please. It's just bad luck this is happening now.
Banjo, you spoke to him before.
Is that
yes?
Best Jeanist's
When he
friend?
first used Black Whip?
They're in my dreams again.
There's 2 empty seats. Okay, 2 things come to mind. First off, 2 empty seats. Crazy. But then there's 2 people staring against the wall. So I don't know if those seats are supposed to be for those people that are against the wall, but they decided to be like bad people. And this is their like purgatory type thing. Or I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll get the answer to it. At least I hope.
At first, we could only talk to you when we found cracks in your consciousness.
Okay, that's 6
But we're
users.
not limited to those moments anymore. About 4 months ago, it suddenly began to grow at a rapid pace.
Okay.
As a result of this acceleration, the figures you see in front of you now were able to take shape and communicate with each other inside of One for All.
Interesting.
Oh, right. I forgot you don't have a mouth in here.
Why not?
Right.
Allow me to explain.
Hello, sir. Okay.
During the recent battle, you unintentionally tapped into my quirk and used it on the field.
Foresight.
Number 4's a weird one. He got tired of everyday life, so he started living in seclusion like a hermit.
Were you informed of how I died and how old I was at the time?
No.
We discovered I died of old age.
But he was so young.
Is this like an Attack on Titan thing?
We only found out because Yagi looked into the matter. With this fact,
We only have like a limited amount of time.
One for All can't be wielded safely by an ordinary human being. The natural causes that killed me were due to the multiple quirks inside my body. They drastically shortened.
So the people that are facing the wall are users. The second and third.
So we asked, what was the intrinsic difference between Yagi and Shinomori?
All Might was quirkless.
Yes, Yagi may still be alive, but as he gathered information, we took what he learned through the piece of him that exists inside of One for All. Think of one's ability to hold a quirk as a glass. If it's not empty when they inherit One for All,
Doesn't
it
spill over.
overflows, eating away at your lifespan. By some twist of fate, this ability that's passed from person to person could only reach its true potential when wielded by someone born powerless.
Understandable.
You could pass it on to another quirkless person, but they're like an endangered species, few and far between these days. It's not something we could have known in the beginning.
So he's not going to
Get
talk,
what this means,
will he?
kid? You might be the last person who wields One for All.
No pressure.
Izuku, tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
Oh, is this going to be the whole Avatar thing again? Where like all the avatars are like, yeah, kill him. And then Aang's like, I'll find another way.
That's not a request. I'm gauging your resolve. When you saw that boy's face, you thought he looked as though he was asking for help.
Weird that the grandma's saying that.
My brother was incarcerated during the fight. I think his plan was probably to possess Shigaraki both physically and mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Our best guess is All for One's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred as a booster. At the heart of the quirk inside of you is a grit that refuses to yield to that monster, despite his strength.
We're in a terrible situation. It's disgraceful that I failed to achieve my goal, and now have to rely on a 16-year-old. You can't make him see reason or offer him forgiveness.
No
Some
mercy.
people are simply beyond redemption.
When Shigaraki's consciousness penetrated One for All, we were so close. I know how hard he focuses on his dream.
His dream of killing everyone.
I could sense a lost child.
Oh, why do you give me the picture of the dog?
I fought a lot of people since I received this power.
His mouth is opening more.
Because they wouldn't back down. Shigaraki killed so many innocent people.
Yes.
He hurt those I care about. But still, One for All isn't a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save.
It's evolved into something else thanks to what you've done. One for All has taken on another purpose in this world.
I want to save that little kid!
Giving them the pep talk.
And that's why we'll follow your lead.
My body!
It came back?
This was a test, for which I apologize.
You two better start helping out. You can't just ignore us. We need your cooperation to unleash One for All's full potential.
He has engines on the shoulders.
And now look at you.
Up, and here's the conversation.
Nice to meet you, All Might.
You're Hawks, right?
Let's skip the intros so I can get straight to the important stuff. This is
No.
about Midoriya and One for All. The hero from the raid heard something about it on the radio. I'm trying to get the full picture. Because from now on, we're not just fighting villains. We are also battling public sentiment.
These two aren't the types to back down.
Oh, definitely not.
We should talk somewhere private. I'll tell you everything.
Are we gonna hear you tell him everything?
With every passing hour, there's more panic.
I would like to see their reactions, but
But
I
despite
doubt we'll be able
reports,
to.
I don't think everyone wants to blame the pros. People want to feel safe.
Oh gosh,
They
this is the
need
press
somebody to
conference
put
for
their faith in.
for Endeavor. Oh,
Dabi is indeed my oldest son, Toya Todoroki.
Endeavor talked to the press at length about his family's ugly past and asked the world to forgive him.
You're saying that he didn't lie, but he did!
He's right. Best Genius is alive, which refutes Dabi's
Yes.
claims that Hawks murdered him.
that's what I was saying.
Get your story straight!
Regarding Jean Bubai-Guara, the League member known as Twice, I thought I had no other choice but to keep him out of the fight. I had to act. I feel awful for how things went down. I just hope you'll believe me.
I've got a question.
Oh,
In the chaos caused by Gigantomachia, my own mother was seriously injured.
okay.
Do you really think apologizing and saying you feel bad fixes anything?
I'm sorry. Can you go up against Gigantomachia? I'd like to see that.
If we stood up here crying and carrying on, would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't! But you could do something besides talk! Take care of the villains on the street!
As number one, that's how I will atone for my sins.
But right now, there are fewer heroes in the field. We are no longer equipped to protect so many citizens.
We're looking toward the future. Direct your blame and anger at me, but let us help you. Plenty of pros are still risking
Heck
their
yeah.
lives for you. Again, I'll say watch me.
When Endeavor was asked about One for All, he said he knew nothing about it. That way, no one could be mad at Deku or
Thank
All
you.
Might.
Yeah, they would definitely blame Deku.
I had a letter from Midoriya on my door!
Yeah, we know. The villains are after him?
Ah,
Doesn't make any sense.
they're telling.
Uraraka, thank you. So much.
I wonder if hers is different.
It's time for you and the rest of our class to know everything. The last thing I want to do is put others in danger. And it's dangerous to be near me. So I'm leaving UA. Thank you. And goodbye.
Ooh, Uraraka's not having it.
You idiot.
Oh, don't beat the end.
In April, Deku left our Hero Academy.
Okay. And Yes, more.
Looks like a huge villain.
The final act begins. Goosebumps. All right. I get what he's trying to do, right? He is being a hero. He's going out and helping capture the villains, right? On one end, I was going to be like, hey, he doesn't have his hero license, right? He has like the provisional hero license, right? But then I was like, with so little heroes right now, and with the safety commission not happening, is anyone really going to check? Is anyone really going to be upset of him doing things? I doubt it. So basically, he dropped out of college or high school, whatever. He dropped out of high school and now he's fighting villains by himself. Which I don't know who he consulted in this, but yeah, this is very interesting. This is almost like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where it was basically, you know, the main dude, Harry Potter, right, leaves school and he's off on his own trying to do all these things to defeat Voldemort, while everybody else, like all of his friends except Hermione and Ron, go to school. So they're going to school, they're fighting the fight at school, while Harry, Hermione, and Ron are doing the big bad work. So that's kind of like what parallels I'm seeing here. Deku's doing the big bad work. He left school, while everybody else is going to be at school kind of doing their thing. And listen, I said this probably twice already, but what exactly did these guys do? Like, what exactly, why are they different? Because we know, based off of the other scene, they're the second and third wielders. And from the first wielder saying to them, like, hey, aren't you guys going to participate in the conversation? It seems as though they are looking at the wall voluntarily. Like, they're not put there against their will. So did they become villains with the quirk and now they're just not helping out? Like, what's the deal with them? But we basically, everybody who's sitting down, we sort of know all their quirks, right? We have the guy with the foresight ability. We have the girl with flight. We have the first wielder whose ability was to pass on his abilities. We have All Might, so he was quirkless. We don't really know what his ability is. And then this guy had a Black Whip. Well, actually, okay, to be fair, what is Full Cowling exactly? Is Full Cowling a quirk? Like the strength aspect of it? Because if it is, then whose quirk is it? Because it's not All Might's. All Might didn't have a quirk. So would Full Cowling be the guy in the red? Would it be the second or third wielder? I'm not sure. Like, we never really got an answer for Full Cowling. It's just something All Might had and something Deku had. But the idea of the quirk being like juice in a glass, it makes sense. Where if you already have a quirk beforehand, your glass is already half full. So if you add on top of all the quirks One for All has, it overflows and then your body can't handle it. Therefore, you die of, I guess, old age, but at a younger age. So the one guy died at age 40. But the difference between them and then All Might and Deku is that All Might and Deku didn't have a quirk to begin with, so their cup was empty. So then when they got One for All, it kind of filled the cup without spilling over. So they're able to use the max abilities. Though we say that, or the first wielder says that, but we know All Might hasn't really experienced the same amount of growth as Deku has. Like, I'm pretty sure All Might has already said that, like, he has not seen any of the other previous wielders. He's not had any other quirks. A lot of this is just first time things. So I'm wondering, what's the difference between All Might and Deku? Or did it start growing with All Might and then it really like ramped up with Deku? I also wonder if All Might's vestige is going to have any personality or any talking. Well, yeah, yeah, he would, I think, because what All For One said is that quirks have like the wielder's personality built into it. So even though All Might didn't pass on a certain quirk other than One For All, I believe him just passing on One For All is enough for him to have his personality and stuff like that. And that's why they said One For All created its own vestige for the first time with All Might. Now, I don't know if she actually means it when she asked, or she meant it when she asked, hey, would you kill Shigaraki? I feel like part of her said yes, like she means it, but it was a test. Like they were trying to see the true resolve of Deku and to see where he was coming from. And they liked his answer, where Deku said that this power is not meant to kill, right? This main thing was not to kill. It is meant to save people and to help humanity. But if that means taking out Shigaraki, then I'll do it. I also thought this press conference was pretty good. I would love to see more of it, of how Best Genius, Hawks, and Endeavor kind of talk about what's happening and stuff like that. Because I don't really know with Endeavor. I know Hawks and Best Genius are very good speakers, so I bet they could like somewhat sway public sentiment. And then Deku's letter. Well, I don't think any of the students are going to leave to follow Deku unless it's like Uraraka or Bakugo. I feel like those two would be the only people that I can think of would leave to go and help him. Mostly Bakugo. I can see Bakugo. Uraraka, she would be definitely upset, but I don't know. Would she leave? But I can't wait until we see this next arc. The final act begins. Ooh, fancy. I don't even know if we're almost done with the season. We could be. Hold on. No, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still got 7 episodes. Is this the last season? Can anyone confirm me if that's the last season? Or like how many more seasons do we have? But anyways, that was my reaction to All Might. But anyways, that was my reaction to My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 18. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more, put a comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.